What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a closer look at the M1 Mac Mini. Now, I actually have done a video on this channel previously. That wasn't too long ago. Actually, it was a video and it was a different kind of video. I was going online, I went on the Apple website, and I gave you guys a rundown on how to buy a Mac Mini. Now, I know a lot of you will probably ask yourselves, why should I watch that video? Why is that video of any importance? I think it was just a very different video. It was something interesting, something I kind of wanted to do for a little while, and I thought it was a good way for me to interact with you guys. Actually, if any of you are interested in watching the video, you can go ahead and click the link right up here. You'll be able to watch the video and come back to this one right after that. Today, what I really want to do is I want to get into the specifics of this Mac Mini and give you guys an overall honest review of the Mac Mini. This is the 2020 edition. I know right now as the time of doing this video, it's 2022, and we have a lot of new stuff coming our way from Apple. We have the brand new M2 chip with the brand new MacBook Airs. We had the M1 Pro, M1 Max, the Mac Studio. So a lot of great stuff, a lot of amazing things for all the Apple consumers. But the question that I ask myself a lot of times is, if I'm more of on a budget, what do I buy? What's the product for me? Where do I, in what category do I fit in? I need a computer, I need something powerful, I need something that's gonna get the job done for me, I need something with juice. What do I do? Alright guys, so before I get into the specifics of the Mac Mini, I just want to welcome you guys to the video. As you guys can see right now, I am wearing a Formula One t-shirt. I am a Team Mercedes. This is the team I am rooting for. I've been a Lewis Hamilton fan for a little while. To be honest, I respect all of the drivers, and I think it takes a very huge amount of skill to drive those cars at that pace and that intensity, and the sport is really extreme, but it's also nonetheless very, very fun. I actually attended the Grand Prix weekend here in Montreal at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. It was my first time attending a Formula One event, and I have to admit, it was out of this world. I really loved it. Let me know, guys, in the comment section down below if you like Formula One, if you've been following. Recently, how I got into the Formula One, I've been watching the Drive to Survive series on Netflix, and it gives you a huge insight on the whole Formula One. It's great. I think it's very interesting, very captivating. I think a lot of people who have no idea about racing, or even who have a simple interest in just cars or like the Formula One world, the Netflix series is great. It'll give you a lot of insight, a lot of information. Nevertheless, let me know in the comment section down below who you are. Personally, I'm Team Mercedes. Let me know if there's any Team Red Bull out there, Team Ferraris. And with that being said, let's get back into the video. So guys, the Mac Mini. If I'll be honest with you, this is a product I never thought I would buy. I never thought I would review. Nonetheless, I never thought I would actually have one in my hands. Better yet, I never even thought that I would be doing a video on the Mac Mini or reviewing this product in any time and space. It goes without saying that the M1 chip has completely changed the game for Apple. We started to see the M1 chip in iPads and their MacBooks. Now we started seeing them in their computers, such as the iMac, the Mac Mini. We're also seeing different variations of the M1 chip. We have the M1 Pro, M1 Max. Also, not too long ago, we had the M1 Ultra. A lot of chips, a lot of numbers, very, very powerful stuff from Apple. And I think it all started with the M1 chip, which remains an amazing chip. It remains such a good processor, and to be honest, this is also why I'm doing this video today. I want to show you guys, I kind of want to open your eyes on the power that a small box such as this one can produce, and where you can go in terms of video content, video creation, photography, and all that stuff. It depends who you are, it depends what you do, but I have to admit, Mac Mini, it really blew me away. So you might be wondering why I'm only holding the box right now. I actually set up the Mac Mini and I've been using it for around a month now. I know it hasn't been that long, but I have been using it on a very, very consistent basis. If not every day, I've been using it to edit videos. I've been using it to edit some of my pictures. I've been using it for internet browsing, for research, for homework, for work, for pretty much everything. And I have to say, guys, I am completely in love with this product. I don't want to oversell the product, so I don't want to give you guys an overrated review of the Mac Mini, but this is honestly what I feel about this product. I love it. I really do. The small compact size, everything is within this small box. And honestly, if you ask me, listen, if you already have a keyboard, a mouse, peripherals, headset, microphone, any of these things that are usually external, if you already have all of these, then Mac Mini, Mac Studio, any of these products in these categories are definitely something that it's worth considering, because they provide you the essentials and you're gonna be getting a better price. You're gonna be saving a couple dollars that you could, use elsewhere. So with the specific Mac Mini that I have a regular M1 chip, 8-core processor, and 16 neural core engine. It's a great processor. I think it does the job very well. I've been crushing a lot of 4K content. I've been doing a lot of web browsing. I've been doing a lot of uploading and processing my pictures, doing my thumbnails, and also rendering my videos all at the same time. And I have to admit, guys, the computer hasn't broken a single sweat up until this point. Next up on the spec sheet, I did upgrade the RAM. We're looking at a machine that has 16 gigs of RAM. And I have to admit, this is something that I used to kind of neglect in the past. I used to believe, gigs of RAM, it's cool. You might not need it. I will definitely tell you guys, gigs of RAM are a no-brainer, especially nowadays in the current time of doing this video in 2022 with processors such as the M1 and other processors that are even more powerful. More RAM will definitely enhance your experience. It will enhance your performance. It's gonna allow for everything to run super smooth. I have to admit that the M1 processor has been very significant in terms of performance, but I don't know if I'd be getting all of that performance if I didn't have the upgraded RAM, if I didn't have my 16 gigs of RAM, which I have to admit till this day, every single time I use this computer, I remember that I have 16 gigs of RAM. Everything just snaps, everything opens up quick, everything pops up faster. Pages on the internet launch faster, they load quicker, and pretty much everything else, launching applications a lot more efficient, more fast. So essentially RAM, which is short for random access memory, will enable your computer to open up applications and pretty much just launch things quicker. So whether it's a web browser, whether it's an application, a video game, sometimes you'll be playing games, depending on how you use the computer, everything will launch faster. And I definitely think I thank myself for having done the upgrade to 16 gigs of RAM. Now naturally there's a lot of other machines out there if we take a second to compare. For example, if you look at the Mac Studio, you can upgrade all the way up to 128 gigs of RAM. Now you can imagine that from 8 gigs of RAM to 128 gigs of RAM, there's 120 gigabytes of actual RAM in between. So you can definitely understand how the RAM will impact your performance and just your overall experience on the computer, because just from 8 gigs of RAM to 16 gigs of RAM, it's a significant improvement. So imagine all the way up to 128 gigabytes of RAM. When it comes down to internal storage, I'm not necessarily a firm believer of buying or upgrading the internal storage into your machine. I think it's a lot more convenient and a lot smarter, especially when it comes to the budget wise and just financially, to buy external hard drive. So whether it's a regular USB 3.0 hard drive or a USB-C hard drive or even an SSD external hard drive, which I think are probably the most beneficial hard drives out there. They are incredibly fast. Now with that being said, I'm not totally against internal SSD storage, as I do think it's really important. So for a lot of machines, when you're looking at the default amount of SSD storage or just internal storage, a lot of times you'll be looking at the industry standard, which will be 128 gigabytes of SSD storage. It's not a lot. You will run to them really quickly. You're gonna fill up that storage and you're gonna be met with the surprise that I need more space, I need more storage. So what do you do in that instance? You buy an external hard drive. A lot of the times when you have internal storage and the amount that you have already into the machine that's pre-built into the machine inside will impact positively or negatively the performance of your computer. Honestly, it's something that maybe a majority of people will not consider or will maybe leave out of the image, but more storage and more RAM will definitely improve the overall performance of your computer. And I think this has been shown through a lot of products. Actually guys, here I have my old MacBook Pro. This is the 2017 model, space gray. And this is probably the perfect example to prove my point. It actually is pretty much the standard version. So it has an Intel Core processor with it has an i5 Intel Core processor. It has 8 gigs of RAM and it only has 128 gigabytes of SSD storage. Compared to my Mac Mini, naturally different times, different eras. We're looking at the Apple Silicon. This one is an Intel Silicon. All of these details aside, it remains important that RAM is the same in computers. It's the same thing everywhere. And the amount of SSD storage also is the same thing, but you're looking at different numbers. On this MacBook Pro, typically when I'll launch applications, it's fast, but it's not blazing fast. This is really where those extra gigs of RAM come in handy. In comparison, from 8 gigs of RAM to 16 gigs of RAM, it's a different world. There's 8 gigs of RAM in between, and it really makes a huge difference in terms of how your computer performs. This brings me to my next point for the Mac Mini. I decided to go for 512 SSD internal storage. It's an upgrade that some people might not see the importance, and again, other people will definitely see the importance. But me, I think a good in-between is the best bet. So don't go for the minimum amount of storage and don't go for the maximum amount of storage. Try to find the good in-between. So usually if you have the minimum is 128 and the max is 1 terabyte, I would definitely say 512 is the safest bet. 512 gigabytes of SSD storage is a lot. It's a lot, so it's not like you're not going to be getting any internal storage. It's not like you're going to be running out on a very short amount of time, but I think you're going to be having just enough for a very long period of time, combined with the M1 chip and the 16 gigs of RAM. As I mentioned in my previous video where I was actually building this computer online and then I purchased it, I think this might just be the perfect build for the M1 Mac Mini right now in 2022, whether you're a student, content creator, photographer, or even just you want to use it on a daily basis for casual music production or casually consuming more multimedia content. I think there's a beauty about this product for every single one of us, whether it's you, me, the neighbors. I don't know, you guys tell me. Now that about wraps it up for this video. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was beneficial to you in any shape or form. If you guys enjoyed the video, give this video a like. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Actually, I've been reading a lot of you guys' comments lately. We've had a lot of positive feedback on the channel, and I've been interacting with as many of you as possible. Also, let me know what you think about the Mac Mini. I know this time around, this video was maybe on the shorter side. I gave you guys an overall review. I gave you guys a bit of details on how it runs and the performance and the specs, but it's a great product. The Mac Mini, for the price that you're getting it, for the small compact form, I really don't think that there's anything that, for the price, the performance, and the build, for these three topics, I don't think there's anything that really beats it at the moment on the market. So this definitely remains, as we say in French, mon coup de cœur. It's my favorite product at the moment. I love it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This has been yet another video, and guys, as always, I wish you the best of luck in everything you do. This has been Victor, and I'm signing out. Peace.